What's up, everybody? Welcome to the easy.Geo podcast. Today, I got a special guest with me, man. A good friend of mine and homie. I got Geo. He's a fashion blogger, entrepreneur, investor, and just, he's a new dad as well. He's a parent. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Not much. Hey, I'm excited for this podcast today too, man, because this one for me is gonna be like really comfortable. I've known Geo not too long, but just a short amount of time. But ever since we kind of met and we got together, we kind of clicked. So I'm very glad for this one, man. What's going on in your life right now that you can talk about, Geo?
Good amount actually. So got a new job not too long ago, about like 3-4 months ago.
Congrats.
Thank you. I enjoy it. It's something I really enjoy. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but it paid better, so I was like, all right, let me do it. But I'm a diesel mechanic. And like every day is something new. It's fun using my hands, working with my hands, so I really enjoy it. We moved recently, me and my wife. We moved to Kadena, not on base, off base. A lot of people get that confused. They think I say Kadena and they automatically think on base. And it's a beautiful area. We got a park right behind the apartment, so like kids always playing. It's like that's a refreshing thing to see, like the kids playing and stuff like that. Cause in the States, like kids aren't out as much anymore. So kids always out playing and stuff like that. We got a little water park next to us. The beach is right there. So that's what's up. And then I just got back into dancing again. And then I just got into fashion blogging, if that's what you want to call it. So I've always been into fashion. I just never pursued it. And I've been dancing since I was 7. But since I joined the military, it's not really much room for it. So, and then what the Marine Corps did to my body, like, changed a lot. So, like, getting back into dancing is, like, really, really been difficult. It's like if you ever seen You Got Served, when, what's his name, Marcus? I think he got jumped or whatever, and then he tried to get back into dancing. Like, he's, like, stretching his knees and stuff like that. That's how I feel, bro. I feel so old. And I'm not that old, but my body is. So, but that's pretty much it. That's all the new stuff I've been getting into. Just on my entrepreneur type stuff. But the dancing and the fashion thing is like the number one thing. So,
and when you talk about fashion blogging, I'm not really I'm not educated on that.
So basically, what it is like, I don't think the exact term for it would be fashion blogging. So I do blog about clothing. And it's about fashion. So I put together different outfits and stuff like that, and things that are typical, things that are unique, things that are out of my comfort zone and stuff like that. So like basically what I do is I find these unique stores, or I'll even find the most common stores. I put different outfits together and suggest them for different situations, like going to the park or going out clubbing or family events and stuff like that. And then I tag the stores that I got it from. I put in the price, how much the clothing costs. Like I'll have expensive outfits, I have like cheap outfits, I have thrift store outfits. Like never underestimate a thrift store. So yeah, for real. So that's basically what it is. I blog on these different outfits and stuff that I put together, and as I'm doing it, I find unique ways to wear different clothing and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what it is. And people really think it's all about the modeling, because I put the clothes on and I take the pictures, and yes, technically that's modeling, but I'm not. When I post these posts, I don't want you to focus on me as the face. I want you to focus on the clothing that I'm wearing. Like that's the number one thing. So like a lot of my friends and stuff are like, so you're a model now? I'm like, technically yes, but it's really about the clothes that I'm wearing. Like I want you to pay attention to the clothes, read what I put under the post, and see where you can get it from and stuff like that. So that's the main thing. Like it's kind of like what Kim Kardashian used to do way back in the day. She used to be she used to go shopping and stuff for like famous people and buy their clothes and stuff like that. So that's pretty much.
Oh, that's what she did for Paris Hilton, right?
Yeah.
Paris Hilton.
That's how she got up. You know what I mean? Her family's already kind of famous, but like Kim Kardashian, when she first started, before she was like marrying all the rappers and stuff, she used to like be like she used to suggest different outfits and stuff for famous people, and she would go shopping for them, bring them the outfits. Cause sometimes famous people can't go out and get it. So I don't necessarily want to do that. But I do want to start a segment on that, like where I take some of my friends out that aren't really good with picking out clothes, or like if I got friends that like are recently single and they want to get back out in the world and they don't know like what's the new thing. take them out and stuff like that, and like make little videos about buying different clothing.
That's just like you get joy from that.
Yeah, I really do. Like I get I like spending money. That's my problem, bro. I like spending money, especially on clothes. But if I could do it with someone else, you know what I mean, and I'm not charging anyone for it, but if I can go out with my homie and be like, hey, let's go shopping and stuff like that, you know, typically that's more of a girl thing in society's eyes, but to me, if I can go out with my homie and like, you know what I mean, we can get him some outfits or whatever, and then he can go out and stuff like that, make a little video on that would be dope. But yeah, I genuinely enjoy getting different outfits and stuff. So
yeah, I respect that. I mean, lately, as of lately for me at least, like fashion wise, I've been so charged up on like investing and like just cutting back on like spending money and being so much of a consumer as you just said, like you know what I mean? Like you love spending guap on on fashion and stuff like that, and you should, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that's what you like to do, then do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Be smart about it and stuff like
Absolutely.
that. But as of lately, I've been more inclined to buy black. You know, like I've been more inclined to like shop with local brands and people that are just now starting out, trying to be entrepreneurs, and I just really want to like support them and stuff like that. So one of the guests that I had on the podcast was Chima, and CEO and fashion designer of Babylon, and I love a lot of his shit. And I got my my brother, shouts out to Anthony. You know what I mean? He got the Wolf Pack over there. I think it's pronounced I don't want to butcher it, but it's like Lupicho or something like that. And he has some like dope ass designs too. And I don't want to keep shopping for like name brand stuff like Nikes or Adidas, regardless if it's expensive or not expensive. I just really want to invest in like the people that I do know, and I really want to support the people I do know. I got another good homie of mine's, Junior Sparks. He have the Sav Life. Business that he does like a ton of merch too, and like I need to support him too. So it's like when I look at fashion now, I look more of it as supporting the people around me,
bro,
and the people that I do know versus like these brands and these companies that already made it and like have a shit ton of
making
money.
so much money. Yeah. Actually, I 100% agree. So I have my my first sponsor for the fashion blog coming up, which is my closest friend, my brother. Appreciate it. He started this company called Icarus. It's a clothing company and stuff like that. It's all handmade.
What is it called?
Icarus, like the I think Greek god or Greek mythology. Icarus is the I don't want to butcher this, but I know it's called Icarus, and he was like this Greek person or whatever. His dad got him some wings. He flew up too close to the sun, his wings burned, and he fell. Like the story's longer than that, obviously, but that's like the short of it. So the reason he chose Icarus for his company is because his slogan is "Dare to Fly." So like, don't be afraid to spread your wings and fly and be bold about things. So he started that. I'm super proud of him. He's back home in Philly. So like I support it 100%. I've been supporting it for a while, or whatever. But now that he's actually like it's growing more, he's able to become my sponsor. So I got a fashion blog coming out with him. It's gonna be I'm gonna do it for my 10th episode of my fashion blog, and it's gonna be real big. Shout outs to Anthony, that's his name too. This is crazy. But yeah, he's doing big things. Like he's got all these different designs, ideas, and then we're gonna come out with a promo code for me so you can get discounts and stuff like that. So promo code is gonna be Geo, probably Geo95 or something like that. And then after that, we're gonna do giveaways and stuff like that. So yeah, big shout outs to him. I got a couple other friends that are into fashion and clothing. Kristani back home too. She's got the House of KRS, I believe. House of KRS. She's been into fashion since we were kids. Like ever since like I can remember like middle school, she's always been into fashion. So that's another plan. Like I'm gonna open a store out here, have them ship me their stuff, and be able to sell like their stuff overseas. You know what I mean? Because once you can make it overseas, that'd be great. So absolutely, like now, you know what I mean? I still have some name brand like clothing, but my last big episode of the fashion blog was all from this like underground store called Horace. It's here in American Village, and like it's all like unique like retro type clothing. Like it's something it's clothes that you would never really think of. They're so unique, and they're not like big name brand, and I really love them. they're a little on the pricey side, but it's not like too wild. Like, you know what I mean? So, but I still like the, like Fila, Champion, Gucci. My favorite designer of all time is Paul Smith. A lot of people don't know about him. He's a European designer. But Paul Smith, like, his stuff is expensive. Don't get me wrong. Like,
is he like famous or he's known?
He's pretty known in the fashion world. Like,
so we want to talk about
it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Forget that.
Yeah, he's pretty known. He's cool though. What I do like about him is he uses a lot of black models, like for his clothing. Yeah. So so I give him like you know what I mean, he uses white and black model, but like he'll use people you never would think would be a model for his clothing and like natural like black people. You know what I mean? Like, not very curly hair, dark, dark color, and it pop because his clothing is very bright. Yeah. So like it goes so well, and like all his stuff is expensive, but it's nice.
Yeah, shouts out to him then because this same on topic, but I think Japan is really they're a victim of like whitewashing too.
Absolutely.
Right, and I noticed like when you go into stores and stuff like that, they don't have a ton of like white models up and like you know what I mean. They really
more than Japanese.
Yeah, more than Japanese. Exactly, right? And then they really love like the blonde hair, like blue eyes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if your favorite artist is you know what I mean, heavily deep in getting like melanated people on there as models and stuff, like I'm all for it. So
absolutely.
We still ain't gonna talk about you too much on the podcast, but shouts out to you.
Yeah, shout out to Paul Smith.
Yeah, that's fine.
Absolutely.
And I can tell, man, you came down, dripped down today, bro.
Thank you.
I love the jacket. What would that jacket be considered, like a biker's jacket or like?
Yeah, this is a leather jacket. This is a typical biker's jacket.
Yeah.
I have another one that's just like it that my friend Taylor, she designed. But this one my wife bought for me 2 years ago for Valentine's Day.
Shouts out to Valentine's Day coming up tomorrow.
Yeah. Ugh. Man, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I got somewhat of a plan. But yeah, this is a typical. This is not real leather. This is pleather. Like that's one thing about me. Even though I'm into fashion. Yeah. I'll never be afraid to be like, yeah, it's not real leather. Like, oh, it's not like this chain, this little gold chain, whatever. It's just like a magnification of putting like an outfit together. Like the only real thing I have, like this is a Calvin Klein watch. But like this isn't real leather, you know what I mean? But it doesn't matter because it still looks good. Yeah, I like it. You know what I mean? I know other people are gonna like it too. So like, yeah, it's not real leather, but it was really nice. Like I really appreciate her giving me this jacket. I do wear it sometimes when I go riding on my bike, but for the most part, I just wear it for fashion and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, bro, regardless if it's fake or real, man, I'll be the first one to tell you, bro. I like it.
Appreciate it, bro.
And
yeah.
It speaks that's level of confidence that you know what I mean that you have that. Regardless if it's fake or real, you know what I mean? As long as you like it, that's all that matters, man.
Yes, sir.
That's all that matters.
I'm not like I said earlier, I don't underestimate thrift stores, man. Yeah. They got some nice stuff, bro.
Yeah, fucks with thrift stores heavy, man.
Yeah.
And I think we as black people too, we gotta get out of the mindset of
absolutely. Oh, everything's gotta be name brand. Everything's gotta be real. Nah.
That's why we don't own anything, man. Yeah. It's like all of our money just goes out the window, bro, because we're too concerned about what other people think of us or how we look versus actually like building. You know what I mean? And man, that's I don't know if other ethnicities have that problem, but I could speak for like the black people because I am black. So you know what I mean? And I noticed
it's definitely a big problem.
It's a huge fucking problem, man. You know what I mean? We'd have so much more in this world if we didn't care about like the shoes that we had on our feet.
Right. You know like that's all that matters to some of my friends and stuff, and I'm like, bro, get out of that mindset.
So you being a new dad to a son, you know what I mean? He's blessed with a son. I was blessed with a daughter. Shouts out to The Rock, man. He just posted something that definitely hit home. He said, every man wants a son, but every man needs a daughter.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I want a daughter so bad.
I
want a daughter. I wanted a son first. Yeah. Like that's what I wanted, and then I wanted a daughter right after. I mean, we're not really trying right now, but I really want a daughter next so my son can experience the responsibility of taking care of a woman, of a female. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
so like,
heavy.
so we're trying to put a good gap between the two kids, and hopefully, we can get a daughter first. If not, I mean, it's not like I'm gonna be distraught about it. I'll get another son. That's great, but I would like to have a daughter. So, because I grew up in a house full of women where I was the only male person in the house. Like I grew up with like 6 other females in the house. No, not that much, like 4 other females in the house. So like I had a more of an understanding about women, so much to the point where people thought I was going to grow up and like be gay because I'm around women all the time, which is, you know, society being dumb. But I wanted that for my son, you know what I mean? Because like when he gets, my son, even if I become wealthy, when I do become wealthy, manifestation, right? When I do become wealthy, I don't want my son to be one of those kids that's like, oh, my dad's rich, my dad's this, and I can get any girl I want and stuff like that. I don't want my son to be like that at all. Like, you know what I mean? He won't experience the same struggles I experienced, and that's good on my part, but I still want him to have a good head on his shoulders, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I took so much time in naming him and stuff like that. His name is Tyson, and basically, to keep it short, it's a Japanese name, but to keep it short, it's like, it means to care for the world. It means to have strength and to care for the world. So, like, I want him to be what he wants to be, absolutely. Don't get me wrong, like, I'm not going to force him to be a specific person, but I definitely want him to be a caring person. You know what I mean? And even if I'm wealthy and he's wealthy, he grew up in a wealthy family, still be that humble man that I want you to be. So that's why I don't want a daughter. I want him to be able to like have responsibility over a female, because you know females, we need them, we need the women. So that's why I want him to learn. That's why I want a daughter next.
Yeah, it's hopefully beautiful, man. And the way you put that, it makes sense for sure in regards to that. Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful, man. You already have that mindset and stuff like that. And Tyson is Japanese, you said? Yeah,
Tyson is a Japanese name. It's a very...
And your wife came up with that? Or
no, I came up with it. I came up with the naming. I told her, like, you can have the daughter name, but the son name, boy name, that's on me.
And you're looking forward to having more kids?
Yeah, absolutely.
In the future,
Absolutely, yeah. So I only want two. If we do have a boy next, we'll keep trying till we get a girl.
Oh yeah.
But 4 is like my cat. I only want 2, but 4 is my cat, bro. I can't do no more than 4, bro. Oh man, like my son, he's not bad. He's a bit of a monster. Like he tries to eat everything and he's running around and stuff like that. But like it's not to the point where it's like pushing us over the edge. Like shout out to my wife though. Like Naomi has been one of the strongest people I've ever met. Like it also grew my appreciation for my mom, watching her go through everything she goes through. Bro, I don't show her enough appreciation. I can admit that right now. Like she's so strong. She takes care of the house. She takes care of the family. And now with the whole financial plan that we got going on, she takes care of a lot of the bills. Like it's my money. It's coming from my job. Yeah. But she's not working right now.
Yeah.
But I'm giving it to her and she's still taking care of it. Like she's got a whole like calendar written out, schedule and stuff like that. When this bill is due, when that bill is due. Like she cooks every day for us. Like, or at least almost every day when we don't eat out.
You get bento?
Yeah, I get bento, bro. Like, I go to work, and my coworkers be like, damn, whered you get that from? I was like, my wife made it. Like, your wife made that? Like, it looks so healthy. Like, the biggest thing with my wife, right? She's been cooking for me for about almost 2 years now. We've been married for a little over a year, and we've been together for almost 2 years.
Okay, and, congrats, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. And so I haven't been sick since we've been together. Maybe a sore throat here and there, or like a little stuffy nose. Yeah. But like sick, I haven't been sick since we've been together. It's because what she cooks for me. So like I have my the food pyramid and all that. Yeah. She fulfills it all. Like I have my meats, my starch, my vegetables, all that, and it's all like good vegetables and stuff like that. And she goes shopping and gets it. Yeah. Cooks it. You know what I mean? So like I thought about it the other day. I was like, I haven't been sick in a long time. Like it's all because of her. All because she cooks so healthy for me. You know what I mean? And she makes the baby food. Like she doesn't buy baby food. She makes her
she food. Makes the porridge.
Yeah, she makes all that. Like she'll buy fresh groceries, fresh produce, and she'll make it. Like that's how awesome she is. So man, big shout outs to her.
Yeah, shouts out to Geo wife, man. And I got a stupid ass smile on my face, man, because you're just putting out stuff into the universe that I didn't really think about too, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I love how you segued into the financial planning too, because that's something we're going to talk about on this podcast too. Absolutely. Because we're both right now in debt. Yeah. And we're both, I just recently got a job too since I came back to Congratulations. Yeah, I appreciate that. And yes, you know, we're trying to figure it out. We both just got into investing like heavily into the stock market. Yeah, and,
it's hard.
we're both trying to achieve financial freedom. So there's actually a couple of things I want to talk about too. Okay. A little bit before we get to that, because you brought up the food thing, man, and my wife does the same thing, and I probably don't show as much appreciation and stuff. Like we kind of had a conversation last night too, in regards to like in regards to our marriage, because we're still good, but we've definitely noticed like the spark isn't there because we've been together for 7 years.
Oh man,
Yeah.
congratulations on that. That's a minute.
We've been married for 5. So a lot of people say like that's, you know what I mean, that's, you've kind of hit the plateau of marriage. So now once you get past this speed bump, it's kind of like good from there. But like that 5 year, 6 year mark is like where it really starts like dwindling down.
Rough.
So yeah, we had a serious conversation last night regarding like our relationship and stuff like that, our marriage, and you know what we could do and stuff like that. Yeah, we don't agree all the time. We have disagreements on how we could better it and stuff like that, how we could be more intimate and stuff. But one thing she doesn't miss a beat on is taking care of me, man. And that's why like my smile kind of lit up because Kita does the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's probably like it goes back to that Japanese culture.
Yeah.
Of taking care of like, you know what I mean?
Taking care of the man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because every day I go to work with food. I get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And every morning, I get up every day at like 5, 6. Sometimes I hit the gym. Sometimes right now I'm in classes back in the Virgin Islands. So I have classes from 5 in the morning to 6 in the morning. Then I'm going straight into work at 7:30. You know,
it's hard.
Yeah, it's rough. But Kita is up with me. She makes my breakfast. She like packs my bag.
That's what's up.
She packs my lunch. And you know what I mean, every day I warm up my lunch while I'm at work, and like just like you, I haven't got sick, and I never thought about that. You know what I mean? It's like, man, that's beautiful, bro. Like the way you put it, you broke it down. Like I haven't got sick because it's the food,
the homemade healthy food for you. Because we're so used to like getting the takeout and stuff like that. That's what was making us sick, bro. That's America's problem. Getting that takeout, the McDonald's, like 3 times a week, the KFC and stuff like that. And
then another thing too, I don't want to cut you off, but the organic of the food here in Japan. Japan has like, they don't allow a lot of preservatives in their food. I don't know if you noticed, but when you buy milk on base, milk lasts a month.
Yeah.
While
don't make no sense.
Base milk only lasts like 5-6 days.
Don't make no sense.
Right? And then when you buy the eggs are like bright orange when you get them off base, but on base they're like yellow.
Yeah, yellow. Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of people don't know actually, and I don't know if it's still. I haven't looked it up in a while. I don't know if it's still in effect, but last time I researched it was in 2018. Okinawa is the healthiest place in the world, like by fact.
Yeah,
I think.
Oh, the people that live the longest, right?
Yeah, so it's considered the healthiest place in the world from 2 aspects of it. One, I believe it was because over 500 people on the island are above the age of 100. And then the second aspect was their produce. They have Okinawa has one of the healthiest produce in the world. Like it's all like straight natural. Like I mean, they don't put a lot of the spray and stuff on it from all the chemicals and stuff. So if they are not still, Okinawa used to be the healthiest place in the world. If it isn't, are still to this day. So a lot of the food that we eat, if it's off base, you know what I mean, it's like the real stuff. Like my wife, she has a plan for the grocery shopping. So like some of the food she'll buy off base, and some of the food she'll buy on base because cheaper. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. So like the vegetables, I always say on base the frozen vegetables. We never eat canned vegetables. It's canned vegetables, and I learned this from a vegetarian. Canned vegetables and frozen vegetables are completely different. Like they're made and they go through completely different like productions and stuff like that. I don't know all of it, but my old boss who was a vegetarian, he was telling me like never ever get canned vegetables. Always go with frozen, and because it's more fresh and stuff like that. So. For like vegetables, like certain vegetables, like just the corn and broccoli, she'll buy it on base. Yeah. But like if it's like a special vegetable, she'll buy it off base. And then like for fish, off base. Yeah. For like just normal ground beef, we'll buy it on base and stuff like that. So like me milk wise, I buy almond milk. You know what I mean? So we get the almond milk. Yeah, almond milk on base. It does last a pretty long time, but it's also almond milk, so it's like a more natural like nut made milk, so it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Not to be inappropriate, but you know what I mean? So like she has that whole plan that she takes down to buy it. But
I heard this joke about you can't make milk from almonds, and then people be like, how you make milk from almonds? And it's like basically show me the tit on an almond.
Oh my god, bro. Nah. See, children.
I always thought that shit was funny. I mean, that's corny a little bit, but you notice the taste too, like Bro, when I went back home to the Virgin Islands recently, to try to start a business and stuff like that. Well, we actually did start the business.
Yeah, I remember.
To do that business, me and my wife, we couldn't eat milk and we couldn't eat eggs. And it's totally because living in Oki, you notice like, yo, something's not right with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it has a total off flavor, and we'd eat it and then we'd get sick. Right? So then when I came back to Oki, it was the first time I had milk again. It was the first time I had eggs, and it's like, yo,
it's so much better.
It's way better.
It's so much better.
Chicken overhead, dude, fuego, like
fuego. Yeah, no, for real, dead ass. Like it's so much. It's such a big difference. Like the stuff they feed the chickens compared to here and like in the States or any other country. Like it's all different, bro. It's like, do you ever see the stuff they feed pigs like in the States? Like. It's disgusting. Like it's nasty, bro. Like sometimes they'll feed pigs with pig like intestines and stuff. Like stuff like it's disgusting. Like so I tried to cut back on pork and stuff like that. I never was really big on pork in the first place, but like hot dogs and stuff, beef hot dogs and stuff like that. Like, bro, like here it's so much different. Like McDonald's, for example. When I like in high school, like late high school, I really cut off of McDonald's.
Fast food?
And pretty much fast food period. But like McDonald's especially, I was like, I'm not doing McDonald's anymore. So when the entire time I was in the Marine Corps, I maybe had McDonald's like once, maybe twice.
But even so,
out here, that's exactly my point. It's so much different, bro. Like when I got here, I forgot what I was doing, but I was driving. I was really hungry, and I was like, man, I might as well just get McDonald's. Like it's right here. I mean, even though I didn't like McDonald's, I had McDonald's the first time here. I was like, this is a whole different world, bro. Yeah. It's so crazy how big of a difference like one restaurant and it's because obviously, in my opinion, I think it's because they get their beef and their burgers from like different company than the ones in the States, right? So like, I'm pretty sure in the States, they don't ship beef all from the States to here.
Unless you buy it on base.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you buy it on base. So like, nah, I'm not with it. Yeah, so it's Okinawa. I love Okinawa, bro.
Yeah, man. If you've never been to Japan, man, Oki specifically, you gotta come out. You won't understand what we're talking about unless you come out and you try it for yourself, because it might sound like gibberish to you. But to segue to the financial stuff, man. So we're both in debt, right? I don't know what kind of debt you're facing, but I can be transparent. And I think me and my wife combined, we have about 14K of debt. Or like 15K of debt, and I read like the national average for like Americans with debt, it's around like 50K. It's like I mean, so it's not as bad as that, but the real bad part is we got about like it's credit cards, and that's because when I was starting the business, I maxed out my credit card, maxed out Kida's credit card, and then I dumped my savings into it, as well as I took out my 401k and I dumped that into it too. And the business was going good, but you know, COVID came and cleaned that shit up. Can't really do anything about it except from bounce back from there. So what we're doing right now is, since I got the job and I just started going back to school, so I'm getting GI Bill as well as, you know, some V on the side for just something else. We're really now starting to basically see what every dollar is going to, and starting to make sure every dollar is working for us. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what kind of debt you face? Are you facing like credit card debt too?
No. So I 2 years ago I paid off all of my I want to say most affecting debt. So like debt that really affected the IRS and stuff like that. Like where I was getting like stuff in the mail and like emails and stuff like
what
that.
What kind of debt is that?
It was back then. It was credit card.
Yeah.
I had maxed out, which is paid off now, and then I owed. Thank you. And then I owed, which is technically a second credit card, the military star card.
Yeah.
I bought a laptop with them, and I was paying it off. But then in the transition of getting out the Marine Corps, because I did it when I was in the Marine Corps, in the transition of getting out of the Marine Corps, like getting my own first apartment by myself. Because when I got out, I was single. I didn't meet my wife yet. So it was like that whole transition from Marine Corps being taken care of to like, all right, big boy problems now. Like I didn't even think about the laptop, to be honest with you. Like I almost completely forgot about it. And then that's when I started getting the emails and the little papers in the check or in the mail saying, hey, you owe money, blah, blah, blah. And so it didn't take me too long to pay off that. But I eventually did it. And then about a year after I paid off the credit card and the military star card, which is actually another type of credit card. About a year after, that's when I had checked my credit. I forgot what I checked it for. And I had checked it was pretty good. But the IRS said I don't owe anything.
Nice.
And what I learned is like that can be a good thing that you don't owe anything, but you can also get good debt. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
So what I did was now my debt. I have another. I have 2 loans out. One is for my motorcycle and for my car.
Yeah.
The motorcycle one doesn't affect the IRS at all because it's not even a Japanese company. It's called AK Kojo, where they loan out. They do their loan company. They're official. They're like under SOFA, so they're official. It's just they give you loans out for vehicles and stuff like that. So I did that with my bike.
Yeah.
But that's going to be paid off next month because I came off
Congrats.
2 years of it, so it's finished. I went in there just the other day, like 2 days ago, to check, see how much I owed, and it's like under $500. So that's gonna be paid off by the end of this month. And then my only debt that's affected by the IRS is the loan I took out for my car. What I did was I paid half the price of my car in cash and took the rest out in debt. And the only reason I did that is because I wanted my credit to grow. So my credit was really good at the time that I checked it. And I wanted to grow more. So, because the plan is, you know what I mean, to get into the whole real estate thing, I want to be able to have some real estate, some land in the States. You know what I mean? I can't really do too much with American credit here in Japan, but I want to be able to buy some land, especially Florida. I'm in love with Florida. Like, if I wasn't going to come here, I would have moved to Florida. So I want to buy, and I know it's...
You're not from Florida.
No, I'm not from Florida. I'm from Philly. Okay. But I just fell in love with Florida, like, ever since I was a kid. Like, going there for, like, Disney World and stuff like that. And then when I was in the station on Camp Lejeune, going there with my friends and stuff like that, I've just always been in love with Florida. So I wanted to buy a house, buy some land in Florida, obviously buy some houses back in Philly, and just rent them out and get into the real estate thing. So
so you plan on being a landowner?
Exactly. But I need to build my credit for it, and that was something I kind of learned pretty young. Like probably when I was like 16. It's funny, like my ex's mom told me about make sure your credit is good. You know what I mean? Because she ended up getting a really nice, beautiful house. Shout outs to her. And so she was like, it's all because her credit has always been good. So
just going in a little bit into what you're trying to do. Are you aware that like when you buy a house, I'm reading Rich Dad Poor Dad again for the 3rd time. And Rich Dad Poor Dad talks about like how a lot of people think like their home is an investment when really it's not. If your home isn't making you any money, it's a liability.
Exactly.
It's not an asset.
So
obviously you're aware of that. So you're trying to be a landowner, or not a landowner. You're trying to be a landlord, so that way you can rent them out to have income. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, not so you can actually live in.
No. I don't plan on ever moving back to the States officially. So when I buy the house in Florida, I don't plan on moving there at all. I plan on renting it out 100%. My plan for here, I want to have at least 3 houses. Because me and my wife, we want to travel a lot. Like when we get older.
Same here.
So I plan on having 3 houses. 2 of the houses will be, because we plan on, it might sound kind of messed up to some people that listen to this, but when my son's at least in high school, you know, we'll still be in his life for sure, but we're going to be traveling a lot. We'll probably be going for like 3 months at a time, or maybe a little bit like that.
It's not messed up at all, bro.
Yeah.
It's your life.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to be here. I mean, we'll make sure we leave him like his grandma or his grandpa and stuff like that. But we want to travel, so I want to have those 3 houses here, 2 of them to be income for him. Obviously, it won't go directly to him. You know what I mean? It'll be able to help him fund whatever he needs while we're not here. And then the other one will be to fund our traveling and stuff like that. But that's just 3 in Okinawa. I still want more in the States, and Indonesia is a big one because my mother-in-law, she's Indonesian. So my wife's mixed. So, and she's telling me like, dude, the prices in Indonesia is so cheap, especially in American money. Right? So like to build like a 6-room apartment building, like a 6-apartment building, it's like $100K. That's it. Or whatever like that. The only outcome or the only bad thing, in my opinion, is that you don't receive a lot of income from it, because Indonesia's, you know, they don't make as much money. But in my opinion, any money that's extra is better. You know what I mean? As long as I can make sure I recycle the money correctly to take care of the building, it'll pay for itself. You know what I mean? So I want to do that. I want to build a house in Indonesia. I have so many plans.
So what steps are you taking right now to be financially independent in this sense? Like, what are you doing with your money right now?
Right now, I'm working on saving, but I'm at the same time I'm working on saving to be for emergency. Like I'm working. I want to have a good savings for emergencies only.
So you had that before you bought the car, right?
Yeah. So we had like a good 10K saved up, or whatever.
Yeah.
But we needed it when we moved, so we had to tap into it when we were moving. So we moved from, because I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment with, it was just me and my wife, and because it was my apartment originally, and then she moved in with me. And then when we had our son, I was like, all right, well, and we had 3 dogs too. We got rid of one. We didn't get rid of. We gave one to my friend. Yeah. So when we moved, we were like, all right, well, we definitely need to move. So we found this nice 3-bedroom apartment. It's great because I get to give my son his own room. Yeah. And that's like one of my biggest things. I want him to have his own room, and then an extra room for me. And this place accepts dogs and stuff like that. It wasn't really on the expensive side, especially if you compare it to the States, right? It's only $750 a month. Yeah, and it's right. Great. Yeah, it's right next to a water park, tennis court, and all that stuff, and right next to the beach. But you know, the down payments and all that stuff, and then paying for all the stuff that was wrong with the old apartment, paying that off, like the fees and all that stuff. Like, we definitely had to tap into it. So
you know what, man? That's another conversation too, because it's dope to live out here, but the Japanese want their money.
Oh, man.
They want their money. And the way they want their money is they hit you with all these, like, crazy fees.
Crazy, bro.
That don't even sometimes make sense. You'd be like right now I'm getting charged just 300 yen, right? 300 yen is $3. Just look at it, $3. Yeah. But I'm getting charged 300 yen from the people that's renting me the apartment just to pull out my money. They're charging me a 300 yen fee just so they could take my money.
Makes no sense.
Makes no fucking sense. I'm like, you're already taking my money. Why are you charging me an extra 300 yen to take my money? But whatever. I mean, that's what they do. They just stack up like these little fees that just eventually like add up.
Yeah. Shout out to Casa. This is really a negative shout out. This is a company called Casa in mainland. And basically you have to pay $100 every year for like insurance or something like that. But you never get it back.
Never get it back.
So basically they get $100 from everybody, which they're claiming from everybody. My wife never remembers paying it before. So $100 from everybody. If nothing happens, then they just profited the money.
Oh, they just keep it?
Yeah, they just keep it. So when I moved out, I was like, am I gonna get this back? They're like, no. I was like, damn. Okay. So when I put a down payment on my first apartment, I put like over 2K on it, right? Yeah. When I moved out, I still had to pay 1K something, like, because all the damages and stuff, like some of the damages from the dogs. Like, understandable. Like, they messed up the whole outside. Yeah. All right, cool, whatever. But it really shouldn't have been that expensive. You know what I mean? Especially since I already paid $500 to have a dog in that apartment. I paid $500 off the rip. And so, like...
That's just a little off. So they really be gaining.
Yeah, they do. Like, Japanese tax here, like, if you take everything into account, the road tax. Road tax I kind of understand because they take care of the roads, quote, unquote. But weight tax, like, if... you're charging me for how much my car weighs? Like, what? Are you serious? Yeah. Oh, because the bridge needs to be a certain... That's not my fault. Like, put the bridge down on the ground. And it's not over water or anything. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make much sense to me with, like, the weight tax. Road tax, I kind of understand. But weight tax and all the other taxes...
That goes into, like, their culture. Their culture is, you know what I mean? You don't step outside of...
Like, absolutely.
You don't question stuff.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's very much like, oh, okay, the government tells me I need to do this.
Then I do it. Yeah.
Right? So it's like... It's a very like mind controlling system. So the government can get away with anything.
Almost, just about. Yeah.
Nobody question it. It's like in their culture to just obey everything. Yeah. That shit sent me insane.
It's wild. I learned it especially with the whole daycare situation we were talking about earlier. So like
elaborate on that.
So for me and my wife, we're
I know we're kind of jumping from topic.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah,
I kind of want. I mean, we got 21 minutes or so.
Oh yeah, we're Gucci, man. Yeah, I'm good. So like. My son will be a year next month on the 16th. So he's going to be going to school soon. So we've had this conversation about international school or Japanese school. My mindset is, we live in Japan, go to a Japanese school. Yeah. But she wants him to go to an international school to make him more like well-rounded. Plus, you know, he won't get as bullied and stuff like that. But the main problem with me is international school is only from like 0 to 3 years old, I think. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. And then after that,
that's
it. He can't go to an international elementary school. There is no international elementary school. If there is, then there's definitely no international middle school. So he has to go back to a Japanese school, which means he won't grow up on the Japanese side, so his Japanese won't be as crisp. Yeah. You know what I mean? She's like, I can teach him. I was like, no, you can't. Because the reason I'm not saying my wife isn't intelligent enough to teach him Japanese. The reason I know she can't teach him what he will need is because when I was taking Japanese courses at UMUC, like legit, like from like kids what kids learn all the way up to about middle school, I think I did like six, 7 classes. She wasn't even able to help me with all of it because some of it is like really in depth into the Japanese. So it's like, oh, we don't even use this, or I don't know this, and I don't know that. And it's not her fault. You know what I mean? I don't expect her to know all that, but like, let him go to a Japanese elementary school. So we came to that conclusion.
Yeah, and then international school is expensive.
Yeah, international school is expensive.
Did you look into the price?
Yeah, it's like, so what I also learned is if it's government paid, like if the government built up that international school or any daycare, then it's a little more, it's not as expensive. But if the owner is the one that did it by themselves, like if they raised it up, the building and stuff like that, then it's more expensive because it's from their own pocket.
Yeah, it's private.
So some of them can go from like 500. I know my old manager, my old job, he was paying like $700 a month for daycare. I was like, yeah, no, I can't do that. So yeah, that's way too much. So we found that Japanese. We found him a nice one. I think it's like $350 a month, almost $400, something like that, which is still pretty expensive. I mean, but I don't know much about daycare. But the reason I took her word more over mine when she was talking about the whole international versus Japanese thing is because she's worked at an international daycare and at a Japanese daycare. So she's worked it before. So obviously, she knows more than I do. So, but nah, man, like that's the thing when we were talking about earlier, like Japanese will do anything that the government tells them. Right? One thing I will give them props for and give them credit for is they base it off of wealth, how much the family makes. So like richer families, they pay more. Even if it's at the same as at daycare. If they make 2 times as much more as I do, they pay more at that daycare than I will. And the reason is, and no one really complains about it, or at least from my perspective, no one really complains about it is because Japanese people, they see Japan as a team, as like one big family. Yeah. So those richer people that are paying that extra money, because the money actually goes to, and Japan recently did it, making school free. So like, kids go to, I think it starts at elementary school and up, all the school is free now. So like, daycare is the only thing you really have to pay out of pocket. Once you go to elementary school, I don't have to pay anything. So nice. The money that Japan raises from daycare, they throw it back into the higher schools. So it's like all a big teamwork. Like, yeah, it sucks that if I'm a rich dude, I gotta pay $800 for my kid to go to daycare, but I don't care. It's going to Japan. Like, and I think America could learn big off of that, like making it. But it's hard because you got the states. And states are so independent. So.
But not only that, Japan is Japan.
Yeah,
Japan exactly. Don't let motherfuckers in here. They don't fuck with outsiders, bro. Yeah. America is a big melting pot of diversity. You have Mexican, black people, you have white people, you have Asians, you have everybody. Yeah,
the only people Japanese let in is Chinese. And I think that is a crazy perspective, bro. Especially after I learned Okinawa's history.
The Chinese and the Indians be buying up a lot of stuff out here.
Yes, bro. The Renaissance Hotel owned by Chinese.
Owned by Chinese? Yeah, I know a couple hotels out here owned by the Indians too. Yeah. A couple Lawsons too.
Yeah. So it's like, especially Naha, I know a lot of, I think Pakistani are in Naha and they own a couple buildings out there.
So they do let people in, but you gotta have money.
Yeah, basically. If you're gonna throw a good chump change towards the government, then they're like, all right, come in.
Yeah, but for the most part, bro, you're not getting a fucking visa to live in Japan.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
They're not letting you in here, bro. They care about Japan, which a lot. You can't hate on it. They care about. They're taking care of their people. You know what I mean? I ain't got no problem with that, but you can't like. That's a whole nother conversation.
I don't hate on Japan. Like all the flaws that Japan has, I easily can work with it. Like it to me is like nothing compared to the States. I mean,
I agree with that.
And not to bash the States, I still love America. I'm still a good patriot or whatever. But like, if I made a huge sacrifice living here, like staying here. I mean, I was sent out here by the Marine Corps, but staying here. And then even starting a family here, I made a huge sacrifice. Like the sacrifice is I don't get to see my family as much. Yep. You know what I mean? They don't get to see my son. My son doesn't get to be around that side of the family. Yep. But I know he's 10 times safer. You know what I mean? I'm from Philly, bro. When I'm here, I see 4-year-olds walking to school.
Yes.
I never see that in Philly, bro. At least not now.
You don't gotta worry about your son getting kidnapped.
Yes, mom's definitely gotta catch the trolley to school with you, drop you off, then make sure she makes it to work by 7:30. Shout out to black moms, because I know y'all be struggling. But here, nah. There's a daycare there's my apartment building, a parking lot, and a daycare. You know what I mean? Right next to me. So like, if my son was to go to that one, he could just walk easily. You know what I mean? Obviously when he's a little bit older. Yeah. But like, it's just like, bro, it's so much safer. Like, a lot of people don't understand. Like, I'm not saying Okinawa is completely safe. I mean, there's still dangers here.
I could see them.
Yeah, really? You think so?
I don't see anything that's not safe about Okinawa.
This what I did learn is the news hides a lot. So like, there'll be like
what?
The news hides a lot of stuff.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, there's a couple murders in Naha and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, for sure. And
they just don't like it known.
Yeah, they don't let it known. If it's an American,
it's all over TV.
Off the rip. Oh yeah. Oh, he did what? Oh, he stopped his
I believe that.
Yeah, let me know.
Do.
But
very, very hush hush.
Yeah, exactly. Because when we were thinking about moving again, before we moved to Geordon, I was talking to my manager. I was like, I don't know where I want to move, whatever. I was thinking Chetan, this place and that place. He was like, don't move to Chetan. I was like, why? He was like, when I was living there, I had at least 3 robberies. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, like at least 3 times people broke into my apartment.
Where did that come from?
So it was like, all right, so maybe Japan's not as perfect as I thought, but it's all right. So like, I'm in the riding community, right? Apparently, there's this kid. Watch out for him. There's this kid and this chick on this little yellow scooter. They ride the same scooter, which is stupid, right? They're riding. They'll stake out different bikes. They only steal motorcycles. They don't steal cars. So they'll stake out, right? They'll see it. If they see a nice motorcycle that's easy get, they'll go back, get with the crew, get a little pickup, ride, fucking grab the bike, pick it up, put it on the truck, and bounce. Yeah. So not too long ago, like right before Christmas, I think it was, someone posted on the motorcycle page. They were like, I parked my bike in my garage, left the door open, walked upstairs to get something and go back down. And then when I went to go back down and leave again, there was the same people, a dude and a chick, inside my garage. Like, they were in his garage looking at the bike and stuff like that. And then once he came down and walked through the garage door from the house to the garage, they saw him, they ran and then hopped on the yellow scooter again and drove off. They were about to staking out his bike, and they probably followed him because he had a nice Harley. Yeah.
The crazy thing about our head cheese, you can't even beat their ass, bro. Like if that dude that really wanted to fuck.
Yeah, if he wanted to, he was so distraught too. He was like, what?
He probably get in so much trouble.
Yeah, he would. Exactly. He would. Even though they're technically on his property, he probably still would have got, you know what I mean? So it's like...
So I agree with that, man. Japan definitely has its flaws. America has its flaws too. Mm-hmm. But I could shout out America in a lot of sense too, with the freedoms that we do have. Yeah. And, you know what I mean? Even though we're one big melting pot, we still have our opinions and we're still able to voice it without repercussion or something. And even though they're still killing us black people over there, you know what I mean, the cops, it's still not the worst place to be when it comes to around the world. Because, we've been able to have the liberty of traveling and seeing what
that's what I was about to talk about,
you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean, being black anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a eye-awakening. So, I don't want people thinking that I'm just comparing Japan to the States. Like, my whole thought process about America is not because of just living in Japan. I've been to 11 different countries. So... that's 9 of them was before Japan. So when I went on deployment, we went to 9 different countries, and that's what really opened my mind up about America, like how much we don't appreciate stuff, and how this is actually a lot better in America, and how this isn't a lot better in America. Like, so that's what really got me in my mindset of like, okay, America's not as great as I thought it was. You know what I mean? But it's still great. Like when I went to like Romania, for example, or even Italy. When I went to Italy, it was sad. Like I had 14-year-old little girls coming up to me like begging for money and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I never really experienced that in the States. I had, homeless people, like grown adults, but like a little 14-year-old, she just walked away from her. I just saw her with her mom and a baby in a stroller, and then she her mom sent her daughter to come ask me for money because I'm American. Like that's like,
Yeah.
I mean that like hit me.
It's heartbreaking.
I was like, yo. I mean, I'm not saying she was I don't know if she was exactly 14, but she was young. You know what I mean? And it's just like, damn. Like I never would have thought. Thought about it like that. Like we had different struggles. So I went to like Italy, Romania, Seychelles, Dubai. I've been to the rich and I've been to the poor. I've been to Djibouti, Africa, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that whole like perspective that America tries to put on African Americans and white people about Africa is like, it's so ignorant, bro. I mean, luckily I have cousins from Africa. Shout outs to them. They're from Nigeria. But like still, like even when I'm like in school and they're showing us little documentary about Africa and they're trying to make it look so poor and stuff like that. So when I went to Djibouti, Africa, it was mostly plains. Like there was no buildings and stuff like that. But then the villagers or whatever, the locals, they still walked over from where they lived all over to us. Found out we were here to trade with us, like homemade knives and stuff like that. And like they looked fine, they looked healthy. You know what I mean? They weren't wearing like fresh clothes and stuff like that, but they look good. And the best part about it is when they saw a black person in a military uniform from another country come to the motherland. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that's how they think of it. They were like they were calling me brother, like not like the yo bro, like brother, like sincerely. You know what I mean? Like you're one of us, and that made me feel great. One of my staff sergeants who was black, he didn't like it, whatever, and I'm like, bro, I don't know if you becoming whitewashed or what, but like, bro, that's a blessing that, you know what I mean, they're happy to see us happy, you know what I mean? See us being good. So it was like Africa is beautiful, bro. It was nothing around, but it was still beautiful. It was natural, you know what I mean? It was
that staff sergeant is, man, you a fuck nigga.
Yeah.
I'm telling you straight to your face. I hope you watch it.
This was years ago, bro. I think he got out now, but like,
you still a fuck nigga.
Yeah, that was corny. Like, why you was upset because they calling you brother? Like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh, bro. Like my whole stomach just turned off.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy. So yeah, traveling like it opened my eyes so much, bro. I learned so much. I'm so grateful for traveling, bro. It's the best time of my life. I'm so grateful for it because if I wasn't, I'd probably still be ignorant in Philly.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You can read books, absolutely. You can learn a lot of stuff without going anywhere. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying that everyone that stays home, you know what I mean, is ignorant to the world. It's a whole, I'm not big into reading, but it's a whole different experience when you experience it face to face. You know what I mean?
I think you could say that though. I think you could say if you never gotten outside your city or outside of your country.
Yeah, you still need to.
I think you could say you're ignorant to the world because you are.
In some way,
You are. There's a lot of black people that talk down America. You know what I mean? A lot of black people that don't know the benefits that they do have and don't know the circumstances that they do live underneath. You know what I mean? And you're ignorant to the rest of the world.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you're not able to see how other people live in different cultures. So I think you could say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I agree.
like I said, America isn't the greatest place, but it's definitely not as bad as like what a lot of people portray.
Right. Yeah. You know I never really wanted to like bash America or say it's the worst place.
You haven't. You know what I mean? You haven't, but you're able, because you've gotten those views of the rest of the world, you're able to see the benefits of it. You know what I mean? And it has, and the flaws of it too. But one of the most beautiful things I've looked at as America is we're able to talk about the flaws and we're able to talk about the good things about it. Whereas a lot of other countries don't allow you to talk about their flaws. You know what I mean? So like America still dope. Stop killing black people, cops.
Yeah. Please,
you know what I mean?
please.
But America's still dope, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, the culture thing is it's the main thing, to be honest with you. It's just the culture, experience different cultures. Like, so I'm a dancer, right? I've been dancing since I was 7, like I said before. So like dancing in the States, right? We're in Japan. Like the way they appreciate dancing here, like the pure joy that comes from it compared to sometimes, not all the time, the dancing I saw in the States, like they're doing it for like competition only, or you know what I mean, making money or like stuff like that. Sometimes it can be so corrupt. You know what I mean, like what happened to the joy of dancing? Luckily, a lot of my dancing friends that are back in the States, they do it for the joy of it. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like shout out to all my homies that still dance and some family too. But it's just like, bro, when I went to Seychelles, which is off the coast of Madagascar, it's a little island. I was drunk. But But I was dancing. I was happy.
Yeah.
I was dancing, whatever. And then this crowd started forming around me, and then I had some of the local kids. They started battling me and stuff like that, and everyone was just so happy, bro. It was such a vibe. Only thing that sucks is someone stole my bag while I was dancing, whatever. Yeah, and it was about a good amount of. It was about $1,000 worth of stuff in there.
Oh,
but besides, I didn't even care, bro. Once I found my bag, I don't care. I had such a great time because like. Seychelles, I don't know if they really dance like that in Seychelles. Those kids was great.
Yeah.
But everyone was so happy, bro. We were dancing. I mean, we were battling.
Yeah.
I mean, I won. You know what I'm saying? But it was joy. It was pure joy. We had a couple Europeans there. A lot of Europeans go over there for scuba diving because it's a nice scuba diving spot. They were dancing and stuff like that. The crowd was great. Everyone had food, drinks in their hand. You know what I'm saying? They were just watching entertainment. The music was coming from like a line of cars that had the speakers bumping out. Out the back, cause it was like a little car meet, whatever. It was playing. It was like a movie almost. You know what I mean? But it was such a great vibe, bro. Yeah. My friends that I was with, my little buddies or whatever, they were vibing. You know what I mean? They were all white, but they were still like, this is great. You know what I mean? Because Seychelles is black people. It's off the coast of Madagascar. So. But they were still having a great time, bro. And it was like the culture of dancing is so different around the world. The dance school that I grew up in, Philadelphia. Like luckily they teach a lot of different cultures. Not really too much outside of black culture. But still like I still knew that there was something else to just hip hop dance in the streets with my homies, you know what I'm saying, in the hood and stuff like that. So like traveling and seeing some of the dancing in different countries, oh my god. So like that's why I'm trying to get back into dancing now. It's I'll be dropping a video tonight.
Make sure you guys go check it out.
Yeah, check it out, 9:30. I'll be dropping it on my Instagram, and I'm gonna drop my first TikTok video. I'm not a TikTok dancer; it'll be actual. You know what I mean? Not the bad TikTok dance. Cause I actually like some of the dances they be doing on TikTok. But
fuck it.
Yeah. But you know what I mean?
TikTok dance.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my first TikTok. I'm gonna drop it on Instagram. Drop my first video on YouTube in years. I made a dance videos back in the day on YouTube. Yeah. I started a whole new YouTube called the Geo Show. Check it out. And then my Instagram, Geordon95, GORDON95. I'll drop it on there. And then my TikTok is the Geo Show too. So yeah, bro, I'm excited. Finally get back into what I love to do, I mean, because I get pure joy out of dancing. Yeah. So my wife's never really seen me dance. But when she goes out and I'm watching my son, me and him dance all the time. And he's really what helped me get back into it. Because when I'm dancing for him, biggest smile you'll ever see on his face, bro. And he's only 10 months, but he's still loving it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or 11 months now. So it was like, yeah, maybe I should do this again. You know what I mean? He my son has healed me a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Man.
So shout outs to him. Shout outs to Titan, bro.
That's beautiful, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And let's segue back into the financials. We're gonna do this podcast just a little bit longer because you know what I mean. I'm having a good time, me and Geo talking, having a conversation, but I think we do need to touch on the topics that plague us as black people too, in a sense, and that's financial independence and like freedom. Yes. We talked a little bit about the debt that we do have and stuff like that. You said how you're tackling and what kind of plans you have for your future financially, like within. When I say the future, I mean like probably within the next year or so. Like where would you like to be at?
In the next year, I would like to be.
And how are you gonna get there? You know.
Oh, that's the hard part, right? So I'm learning. Never be afraid to say that you're learning, right? I'm learning about stocks currently. So I got the social media platforms, YouTube, and all that stuff to try to make it in there and make some money off of that, hopefully. Yeah. And then stocks as well. I want to get into stocks. I want to learn more. Shout out to my friend Montana. Montana, he just made a big goal. I'm not gonna say how much because I don't want to put his business out there, but he made a good amount of money. He reached his goal after 4 years, and it's like if he could do it, he's the one that invited me into like the group chats and stuff that I'm in. So like shout outs to him. So you know, it's just like
I'm in a group chat too.
Yeah. Yo, let me join up in there, bro.
Well, I pay $20.
Oh yeah. You did tell me about that. Listen, if it's to make money. You gotta spend money to make money, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and then my homie just made 20 bands too off of a play.
Oh, like a month. Snap.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he don't know shit about it.
Really?
He don't know a goddamn thing. Yeah. Bro. He be the one in the group like how you do options? Like, what's an option?
Yeah,
What's,
yeah. That's me. That's me. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
but
Me
he
and your
just
homies
made,
close.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
just made 20 bands.
That's what's
I
up,
was
bro.
like, bro, if you wasn't in this group, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
be,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, that's what's up. I'm the same way. I'm still learning. I didn't do it like your homie. I did a little couple chunk change, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm honestly,
He didn't do. He didn't put it. He made 100. He made 20 bands off of $170.
oh snap. Oh, you did the
Options.
oh okay.
Are you familiar with options?
Nah.
No. I'll give you a couple of videos on YouTube that I got into that taught me how to do options.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn that
for sure.
Yeah, I was mainly waiting to get back on my feet.
Which you should.
Yeah. So and then once I get that good check where, because usually I get a check from either the VA or from my job. I was like, all right, this check I don't need it for any bills. You know what I mean? This check we can do what we want. So I'm waiting on that. Taxes. I used to save taxes. Then with inflation, there's no point of really saving like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna just save money and let it become less worthy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get my taxes back, which should be nice since I have my son on and stuff.
Yeah.
Put that into the stocks and stuff like that. So that's gonna help me build on what I plan on doing in a year, which is at least getting my first house started. My first house built is what I want in a year, which is not easy.
Yeah.
But
so you said built. So you plan on building?
Yes, buying land. If I can't build it yet, I want to at least have the land. So, because out here, a lot of people don't know, in Okinawa, building your house is cheaper than buying a house. It's, yes, much cheaper. And I've learned this from people that have already done it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I want to either have land or at least have land, at the max, have land and start building it. I'm paying someone right now for parking. He literally owns his parking area is not bigger than this house, and he charges $50 a month he has 20 spaces, so he's bringing in like $2,000. I don't know the math. I can't do math.
So wait, your housing.
My housing has one parking spot. There's a parking lot right next to it that's owned by a different owner.
That's charging you to park there.
Yeah, because my apartment doesn't come with 2 parking spots since we have 2 cars.
Fucking brilliant.
Brilliant, bro. It's so smart. Either parking or buy some ISOs and do storage. Because I know a couple people doing that. So that's what I want to be in the next year. I want to have something that I say I did it. You know what I mean? I bought this land and I have a parking lot, or I bought this land and I got a house started. So that's what I plan on being here. And to get that started is stocks and social media platforms, like mainly YouTube. YouTube.
That's your other 2 sources of income. And I love how you said that you are knowledgeable in regards to I wasn't necessarily stocks, but you have a good idea of You shouldn't have a savings account. You really shouldn't, right? Because like you said, inflation eats away at it, and the thing about inflation is it compounds.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the money that you just have sitting there isn't gonna make you no extra money.
Exactly.
You need to put your money to work for you.
That's my biggest. I'll save some money for emergencies only. You know, especially since I live here and have to fly to the States for family emergency. I'll have some for that for sure. But nah, like the big long term savers, they'd be like, oh, I got $50K saved up. Why? What if you, God forbid, what if you die next year? You know what I mean?
That 50K.
That 50K in a couple years, though. I think inflation is affected after 5-6 years, maybe 10. I don't know.
Say that again.
I don't know when inflation makes a big impact on money. I don't know how many years.
Yearly,
yeah. Is it yearly?
Yeah, I think
like the big impacts is like 6 years though, right? Like
probably,
the real, like
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
probably 6 years. But inflation right now is probably at the rate of like close to 3.6%.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't want to deal with that, bro.
Yeah. So I don't want more than 3.6% yearly to combat inflation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not dealing with that crap. Like I'll save for emergency, but
after emergency, everything should go into investing for sure.
Yeah, and then the thing is, I have right now I have my want. I fulfilled my wants. You know what I mean, for the most part. So it's time to focus on my needs / wants. You know what I mean? So my needs are taken care of because I can pay bills, I can take care of my family, but my other needs / wants, we somewhat. I feel like everyone somewhat needs financial freedom. So, but I also want it. So I want that house, I want that parking, and it's that I kind of need it. You know what I mean? Especially to fuel my son for what he'll need. I mean, because that's all it's about now. After having a son, it's mostly about him. But I think the main problem with a lot of parents is they say everything's for your kid. No, stuff can still be for you.
Yes,
stuff can still be for you. You can still be a little selfish. Like I'm still a good amount of selfish.
A lot selfish.
But like it'll definitely build this empire because I'm building an empire. I don't care. My number one thing is I want a family crest. You know what I mean? Like how to this day, European families that have been down generations, they have family crests. Yeah. Like they're known as, so like my last name's Allen, or if you go by my mother's last name, Morgan. Yeah. I want Morgan Allen to have its own family crest. I want it to have a name for itself. You know what I mean? So like, I don't want it just to stop at me after I'm gone, and then my son's gotta, you know what I mean? He'll be okay, obviously, but he's gotta, I want it. And people say, oh, the grandchildren. No, it's not stopping there. No, it's going to keep going, bro. It's going to keep going for eternity until the world ends. You know what I'm saying? That's my dream of seeing. That was my great grandfather's dream, to be honest with you, because he started this whole Morgan. This is my family, my mother's side of the family. I'm more close to that side. He started this whole Morgans don't quit. That was our family slogan. Morgans don't quit. Like he built after World War II. He was in. He built furniture store business. Unfortunately, it's closed now. Yeah. But like he put this mindset of business into the Morgan family. So shout outs to him. And like I want to follow his footsteps. I want to open something, make something, and then just keep going, bro. Even if something like coronavirus came around again, God forbid, I want the Morgan family, the Allen family, still be good, strong, and build that generational wealth. Absolutely, that's the plan, bro.
You gonna get there, bro.
Yes, sir. Manifestation.
Yeah, we all gonna get there, man. Yes, we just gotta stop talking with our mouths and just actually stop putting our money and do it. Yeah,
that's my biggest problem.
Right? Same here. My wife would say that. She said, "You talk really good. You know what I mean? You sound really good, but
do you do it?
Yeah, do you do it? Yeah. So with that being said, man, I just got one last question for you, man. Is what's your dreams and what goals? What are you doing currently to accomplish those dreams?
Currently, I'm treating learning about stocks like school. That's what I'm doing right now. So instead of going to school, I'm going to school for stocks. So I'm on the YouTubes. I'm in the group chat. I gotta get in more group chat. I'm gonna get in onto yours, and I'm putting my focus on stocks. And then I'm also putting my focus on doing what I love, which is dancing and fashion. Yeah. And I'm gonna do what I love to make money. Like it makes sense. One of the biggest things for me that clicked in my head right before I got out the Marine Corps is do what you want. Like do what you want in life. Like why people always ask me when I got out, right? A lot of my old friends and stuff like that, or people I haven't talked to in a while, they're like, you seem so happy. Like, what'd you do? What job did you get and stuff like that? I was like, bro, it had nothing to do with. Honestly, at the time, it had nothing to do with money. It was the fact that something clicked in my head that said, do what you want in life. Bro, me and City talk about this all the time.
Shout out to City.
Yeah, shout out to City. We talk about this all the time. Like, do what you want to do in life. That's why I have so much love for City, because I respect him and appreciate him. I look up to him because he does exactly what he wants to do and doesn't let anything get in the way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing what I want to do, stocks. I'm doing what I want to do, dancing again and fashion. So like, that's my goals. My goals is to make a name for myself. To answer your question, is to make a name for myself. Let people know, like, bro, I'm a cool dude. Like, hey, come check this out. Come check that out. And then make sure I also give back. So I just started yesterday. Yesterday was Friday, right? Yeah. I just started Fresh Artist Fridays. And Fresh Artist Fridays.
Saw that.
Yeah, Fresh Artist Fridays, right? It's me. Either I'll make a dance video to it. Yesterday I just made a rap. Like I rap the words, I rap the lyrics while I'm driving. I mean, vibing to it.
Whose video?
Yeah, City song. State of the Culture. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did, and I wanted to do it to like support. Yeah. I realized like support costs nothing. It takes what 25% of your energy. Yeah. And then at the end of it, it makes you feel good. Like it feels genuinely good to support my friends, bro. All my friends that are doing something, like do it. Yeah. And if you're gonna tell me about it, when you start giving up, you start slacking, I'm on that ass. Like I'm on it. Like bro, if you ever start slacking on this podcasting, I'm on that ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, you better make some podcasts. Hey, I'll find special guest for you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So like City, I ain't really gotta worry about that. With you, I definitely know I don't gotta worry about it. But like some of my other friends, some of my music artists, and you know who you are. I'm not gonna say your name. Like I know your music is good.
Yeah.
But I feel as though you're making too many excuses to not put out that music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying? My bro Anthony is making clothing. He's on it. He's got other struggles that come in the way.
Yeah.
But he's still, doing his best, making up different designs. I want him to push a little bit harder, but he told me like, bro, don't push me too much. I'm doing it at my pace. So like, my bad. I respect that. You know what? Do it how you want to do it. I just want to make sure you don't give up. You know what I mean? Because in retrospect, I somewhat gave up on my dream, which is to be a dancer, maybe even an actor or like that. So like, I didn't really give up on it, but I let something come in the way of it. I should have still been dancing while I'm in the Marine Corps. Like Alex. Remember Alex? There used to be Alex Hayward, I think his last name is.
No.
All right, well he was in TMW with us, whatever. But he's in the Marine Corps, but he still dance all the time. You know what I mean? He's still in it. He's still practicing stuff like that. Like Alex reminds me so much of myself. Like he's on a skateboard. I used to skate to dance all the time. He's on a skateboard all the time. He's dancing all the time. You know what I mean? He's a good looking dude. You know what I'm saying? And he does genuinely happy things. Yeah. So shout outs to him. He's about to make some music. You know what I mean? Yeah. He reminds me so much of myself. I wish I would have did that while I was in the Marine Corps. Still did the dancing. Still did like pursuing acting and stuff like that. But I didn't. I was just like Marine Corps, drained. Yeah. Like I was just drained. Like so like. Bro, that's my goal is to get back into being me. You know what I mean? My mom just sent me a skateboard. She sent me a longboard it was for Christmas, but it just came in. Shout out to mom. So like seeing, it might sound weird to some people, but seeing a skateboard again, it was like, yo, that's old me. Yeah. Skating and dancing. Like that's what I was known for. I used to carry a skateboard all the time. Yeah. And like, yo, I'm becoming me again. You know what I mean? Not Marine Corps Geo, but Geo, like me, Geordon. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a wake-up call. So that's my main goal, is to be who I want to be, make a name for myself, build up some finance and stocks, and build up my name in the dance world again. So that's the main thing to answer your question, bro. I'm excited, though.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming on the show for real,
Absolutely,
man.
Bro. Absolutely.
I just wish you the best, man. And
you too, man.
For real, bro. Because I know you could. I know you gonna make it, man. And I fucks with you heavy. With us being new parents and with being family man and stuff like that, I want nothing. I know you being a strong black man. I want nothing but the best for you financially, more than anything. You know what I mean? I just want us. Appreciate it. I just really want us to do what we need to do, and love what we love doing, instead of being caught up in a system of being a 9-to-5
social robot. Yeah, that's all it is. Society robot,
man. With that being said, hey, make sure you guys like the page. You know what I mean? Hit that like button. It supports me to continue doing this.
Subscribe. Subscribe.
Yeah, and then shouts out to Not For None Hines, man, for going ahead and making these crew neck shorts.
Dope.
Yeah, I mean, it's It's Hines did this. He did Not For None. Hines did this shirt, bro, and he bought this on everything, man.
That's what's up. Shout outs to him.
Yeah, man, for real. His Instagram, I think, is I Am President Hines. He needed to change that name. But I just want to show my appreciation for you, Hines, for doing this, man. Because he didn't even self-charge me for it, you know what I mean?
That's what's up.
He bought all of, he bought like 5 crew necks or something like that. Different colors. There's another one that's yellow. And he was just like, hey, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just showing nothing but
that's
love.
What's up.
So appreciate you for doing that, man, Hines. It's definitely appreciated. You know what I mean? That's Geo, everybody.
Hey.
Peace.
Peace out.